It is 4:50 in the afternoon, and it is dark outside. I mean, you can tell I have my lights on, but it's just dark outside because it is storming quite a bit. But let us not concern ourselves with the weather. Let us concern ourselves with a little bit of music. Morrissey on the plate today. We're going to be listening to Piccadilly Palare. This is going to be coming off the album Bona Drag, released in 1990. We're giving this track a listen. This was suggested and sponsored by Caden. Caden, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the request. I appreciate that. And hopefully the power doesn't go out, because about an hour ago, I had my computer on and the screens just went off. So hopefully that doesn't happen here as we engage with a little bit of Morrissey. Hope you guys are doing well and having a nice afternoon. This is the first track off the album. So let's go ahead and dive on in. We'll discuss it a little bit after. Here we go.
Off the rails I was, and off the rails I was happy to stay. Get out of my way. On the rack I was, easy meat and a reasonably good buy.
So
A
jolly.
reasonably good buy. The Piccadilly Palare was just silly slang between me and the boys in my gang. So bona Travolta, oh you lovely can
colorful.
lovely riot. We plied an ancient trade where we threw all life's instructions away, exchanging lies and digs my way. 'Cause in a belted coat, oh, I secretly knew that I hadn't a clue. Follow me. The Piccadilly Palare was just silly slang between me and the boys in my gang. Exchanging Palare, you wouldn't understand. Good sons like you never do.
Charts. Love the hop of it.
A cold water room, it's not much I know, but for now it's where I belong. Am I really doing wrong? Around the center of town, it's where I belong. Am I really doing wrong? So why do you smile when you think about Earl's Court? But you cry when you think of all the battles you fought and lost. It may all end tomorrow, or it could go on forever, in which case I'm doomed.
Sounds like an interesting drug. A nice and jangly way to open up the album with this particular track. I love the piano and the guitar combination that's happening here. I think that they provide, I mean, I used the J word already, but this nice jangliness into the music and that perfect charm. This charming man here with the music and the way that he sways everything. I think that the combination between the vocals and the instrumentation, as we've heard many, many times before, it just works so well. And I think that Morrissey has a certain formula and he sticks into that formula many times and it just works so well. The rhythm section here, I love how the music hops. There's a certain bounciness to the music as bump, 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 bump. And then getting back to the melodic side, it's very vibrant between the guitar and the piano there. And then, of course, Morrissey sways us with his voice. It's jaunting. Ooh, jaunting, joyful, and jangly. We can do 3 J's in here to describe the music. And I just like how he captures that. There's an aspect of, I just lost the word I was going to say. I was going to say, like, there's a slightly melodramatic atmosphere. Sure. There's a slightly melancholic atmosphere, which Morrissey always does. But there was something else I was going to say, and now I just forgot what it was. But either way, the atmosphere that it brings inside of the music is colorful and vibrant. And interestingly enough, when I pull up the Wikipedia page for this article, I don't show anyone credited with piano. I know there's piano in here. We heard it. But I just see Armstrong on guitar, Rourke on bass, Perezzi on drums. Suggs? Suggs from Madness is on here? Okay. On backing vocals as well. Very interesting. I did not expect that, but that just threw me off. But yeah, I don't see anyone listed as piano here, even though, like I said, we clearly hear it because it has kind of a bluesy bar saloon kind of tone to it, which also adds once again into the colorfulness of the track here. And this is a kind of a quick, almost single-esque song from the album. I would be curious to see if this was a single because it's kind of quick in and out. There's not much out of it. They're not like a solo really or anything like that. There's a few spoken parts in here, which we'll have to look at the lyrics to see exactly what they say. But this was a nice opening to the album. It doesn't stand out as much, I don't feel, amongst some of the Morrissey tracks that we've listened to. But I think that's a nice one nonetheless. Let's look at these lyrics here, though. See if we can get some more info here. Off the rails I was, and off the rails I was happy to stay. Get out of my way, on the rack I was. Easy meet and a reasonably goodbye. A reasonably goodbye. The Piccadilly Palare was just a silly slang, between me and the boys in my gang. So bona vita OU, your lovely eek and your lovely real. I don't know what's happening here. Allow me to Google Palare. Palare. Because I at first, honestly, when I got the request, I thought it was a misspelling of palace, but that's going to be of me. So let's see. How do you pronounce it?
Palare.
Okay. Palare. Did we need to extend the A? Perhaps. A secret slang and cant language? Cant language, never heard of that. Historically used in the UK among the gay subculture, as well as by actors, circus performers, and sailors. Derived from the Italian word palare, okay, now it makes sense, it served as a covert way for marginalized groups to communicate and identify each other without being understood by authorities or the public. I've just never heard of the term cant language. Is that... I gotta look this up. Okay, so that makes sense. So kind of a secret way of speaking. Gotcha. So Piccadilly... Okay, so the secret language, the secret code in Piccadilly Square, perhaps. We plied an ancient trade where we threw all life's instructions away, exchanging lies and digs my way, cause in a bottled or beddled, cause in a belted coat, oh, I secretly knew that I hadn't had a clue. No, you can't get there that way. Here, follow me. The Piccadilly Palare was just silly slang between me and the boys in my gang. Exchange Palare, you wouldn't understand. I get it. You wouldn't understand. Good sons like you never do. So perhaps someone like good sons like you never do. You never understand us. Like there's a judgment happening there. We did listen to the extended version. A cold water room, it's not much, I know. But for now, it's where I belong. Am I really doing wrong? Around the center of town is where I belong. Am I really doing wrong? So why do you smile when you think about Earl's Court, but you cry when you think of all the battles you fought and lost? Is he saying perhaps he's lost something in court as well? It may all end tomorrow, or it could go on forever, in which case I'm doomed. It could go on forever, in which case I'm doomed. No, Dad, no. I feel like he's what's the word? I feel like he's an outcast in society. He was off the rails, but he's happy there. Me and the boys, we had our Piccadilly Palare. Just a silly slang, but it was ours, like it was our language. Like that youthful rebellion, it's ours. It may not make sense to you, but it's ours. And you may want to judge us from the outside, but that's okay. We're happy with each other. All right, released as a single in 1990, that makes sense by his master's voice. The song features one of Morrissey's former colleagues, of course, Rourke on the bass, marking the last time any former member of the Smiths would collaborate with Morrissey. Interesting. So, was there a particular reason for that? Backing vocals were provided by Suggs, of course, former lead vocalist of Madness. It hit number 18 on the UK singles chart and 5 in Ireland. It says Morrissey chose to write about a subject unusual in pop music, namely male prostitution around the Piccadilly area of London. See, I wouldn't have gotten that. The title refers to the Cant language or Cant slang language Palare, first used by male prostitutes in the 19th century and then taken up by homosexuals in the 60s to disguise sexual activities, which were illegal in the UK until 67. Okay, now it's making sense. Cant. See, I just wanted to click this. Thieves' cant is a cant, cryptolect, or argot, which was formerly used by thieves, beggars, and hustlers of various kinds in Britain. It is now mostly obsolete and used in literature and fantasy role-playing. That's kind of interesting. Rogue literature. Huh. I've just never heard the term, and that's kind of interesting to me. Okay, where are we? Morrissey explained there was something oddly romantic about the whole thing. It spelt freedom. Catching a coach and spending a day in Piccadilly was extraordinary. Morrissey wrote in his 2013 autobiography that he disliked the song. He called it a student work of novelty that wears off before noon. Temporary, I suppose. In 1990, he said of the song, "It's not a particularly strong record. It's not overwhelming. The subject is even slightly dated. Piccadilly Palare, which will receive blanket horrendous reviews, is a song about male prostitution. But I'm not running around in the street saying, 'Look at me singing about male prostitution.' Isn't that incredibly unique? I don't want plaudits for examining a new subject, but I will say that even coming across a pop record with a reasonably unique situation is in itself interesting." Which is true. I absolutely. To take a particular theme that may be, out of the ordinary or kind of outside the usual is at least a good risk to take. 100% sure. Like you said, your chart information, 5 in Ireland, 13 UK singles, 51 in Europe as well. Like I said, I think that this is a nice song, musically and everything. It doesn't stand out as some of the more recent Morrissey we've listened to, but it's a nice one. And I think that Morrissey is just one of those artists that, at least from all the music that I've heard from him, it's kind of evergreen. Like it's always going to be good in some capacity, It's always going to sound good. It's like pizza. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought down below in the comment section. I appreciate you all being here. Caden, thank you so much for the recommendation and for the support. I appreciate that. Please enjoy the rest of your afternoon, morning, or evening, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.